So we got a straddle from Leon, a raise from Wayne, Jungle Man, Triton. Smooth calls pocket eights, and Punat Ponsri wakes up with pocket aces. 54,000. Playing some deep stacks.
Paul, I'm going tomorrow. 12.
12 o'clock.
Probably won't see you.
Dan Lopi calling with two
Very
eights.
much for invitation.
Good night, Paul.
Remember.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good night, Paul. No. 8.
Again.
And we just flop quad eights.
That's the 8 night. Date with an 8.
Only getting better.
Triton co-founder Paul is going to step away to let another player come in.
44.
And this is just disaster for Punat Ponsri. And they're playing. They started this hand for at least 400k.
Oh, gosh. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
There's Santosh Suvarna taking Paul's spot. Dan with the slow play. And that is an ace on the turn, and there is no way Punat Ponsri has a chance to get away now. He's got top boat.
Check. Nice play.
He thinks he's trapping.
Great game.
Dan Cates is going to bet his quad eights, it seems. Reaching for chips. Wants to bet the turn to increase the likelihood of getting all the chips in by the river. Puts roughly a third pot bet in there. Smaller bet designed to, of course, get the ace to call, as well as those jacks, queens, and kings. And that Punat Ponsri is just loving this, but he's actually only got one out to come back. Trying to feign weakness. $367,000 in the middle. Backdoor flush does get there, but doesn't matter given their holdings. Dan Case, quick peek at his cards. Still got quad eights. Absolutely sick hand. Is gonna push it all in, and Punat Ponsri gonna get the bad news. Shows his aces.
Oh my god. Wow.
Leon.
Cards are
Leon.
not full.
Leon.
Nice.
Leon.
Huh?
Dvorak limps nines. Lebedev limps king jack suited. Cates is in with jack 10. Juanda pocket sixes. Waikin Yong freshly doubled up. Is going to get a free look at the flop, and he takes it.
So antes are 25,000. Ace, ace, six. How about a full house here for Juanda?
How about the nut flush draw for Lebedev? With this many players in the hand, yeah, you don't expect Lebedev to bet his flush draw too often. Obviously, the probability of someone having an ace is pretty high. Full houses.
Yeah, especially at the final table, you don't want to bleed chips off. You know, he doesn't have a straight draw, at least not yet.
You're more or less bluffing with king jack there, so it's not really a huge point to bluffing. Taking a stab at this kind of board where people are very rarely going to fold a better hand.
Yeah, maybe you get like, you know, pocket eights to fold or something. You know, some garbage hand like that.
A6 to fold.
Right, but I kind of like just
Not
he's gonna
A6, sorry.
he's gonna play this
A6.
aggressively in a limped pot. Of course, you know, two ways to play that. I mean, I think folding would have been kind of a little bit too nitty.
Sure, and we know how hard it is to hit a flush draw. And he has walked right into Juanda, though. Juanda's probably not too upset at that raise.
Well, that changes things for sure.
That is interesting. Man, it might be that Juanda simply does not want to believe that he has an ace now.
For sure.
Even though it flip-flops Juanda's hand and makes it a little weaker, aces full of sixes as opposed to sixes full of aces.
The issue with this, of course, even if you don't believe that your opponent has an ace, which he doesn't in this case, he probably has diamonds, and obviously he's got the overs to the six, so his equity goes up dramatically. Very difficult to bet here if you're Lebedev, because you're like, well, my opponent could just have an ace here.
Juanda not slowing down at all.
Well, look at that bet. That's like, please call me, bet. Please call me. Don't go anywhere.
It looks... But now, like, would Juanda really bet an ace? I guess if he would bet it small like this.
Man, Lebedev makes the call. It'll really get interesting if a diamond, a king, or a jack come off.
Oh, my goodness.
So we could theoretically have a quads over quads situation. We don't.
I know. I got real excited because I see quads. I
Right
just
now.
love seeing people make quads. Obviously, there is not a lot of bloodshed we could see here unless Lebedev loses his mind.
Well, Lebedev just might think the board plays. I mean, he's got aces full of sixes. He might just think the board plays. The interesting thing is, if Lebedev, he only bet 200,000, but if Lebedev were to bet like a ridiculous amount on the river, you could argue that pocket sixes, quad sixes, is just a bluff catcher.
Right. It is a bluff catcher.
In this case, the bet is so small that
It's barely a bluff.
Lebedev could have very easily limped in with a hand as good as queens, even kings, to be honest. I mean, just...
Wow, this is such a sick hand.
yeah. That's just, he said it best right there. I don't think he's folding ever. I mean, he's getting 5 to 1. He has
Right.
quads.
But the
I also
fact that
don't
you
think
can
he's
have-
raising.
The fact that you can have quads and you seriously have to consider whether or not it's the best hand is a sick hand.
Monster.
He does fold.
Wow! He just folded quads.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Pocket fours.
Laszlo Boytash. Absolute sicko.
I feel like Ras is getting involved in every hand right now.
Ras needs to behave and let go of the threes.
He's not gonna let go of the threes, is he? Come on. He's been practicing. He knows everything about all these players. He's been watching. He knows how to get away from 'em, how to value bet. King Jack here. 8.5 bigs. I kind of feel like I wait for another spot, right? Yeah. The man, the founder, co-founder of Triton. Can't believe he's got so many chips. He's supposed to be a businessman, but he just keeps crushing.
Oh, wow.
Pocket fours makes quads. Yes.
Death by quads. Unfortunately for Laszlo,
I love the snap check, though. Just look like you got something weak. You're just giving up. Brian Ras noticed the fast check. Is he contemplating a little bet? He's got a little backdoor spade, backdoor wheel. Oh, man. He's got no chance of winning this. Not even 3-3 on turn and river would win this.
deuce of spades, 5 of spades, yeah.
Ah.
0.1%.
Jeez, I can't believe you even see that.
Play PLO for a living, mate. Always dreaming of
Look at this.
the dream runouts.
Snap call. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. Because Ras might think, maybe I can multi-barrel this. I got equity. My opponent, if he's sitting on like a kings, queens, jacks, are they really going to call 2 barrels? I doubt it. But if he checks here, he's basically thinking that Bouchage is playing like one of those weak aces, playing it cautiously, like an ace-9, ace-8.
Yeah, Laszlo also going to check call all of his pocket pairs.
It's a free card. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
He just hit a wheel. Brian Ras accumulated all those chips.
What on
Dust them
earth
away
is this
here.
run out? Flop quads. Brian Ras with the stab on the flop, trying to get protection from 2 overs.
What is that?
Oh,
Is
wow, it's the old 10% river block.
The inducing. Oh my god. Usually you see this with like actually a weak blocking type hand, right? This is quads. He's trying to bait. Well, because if his opponent had flush, they're never going to just call 15,000, right? He's going to bloat it up and then it looks like some rebluff or... Oh my gosh. I don't think Ras has that an ace that often too. Oh man. Raising chips coming in. The dream scenario when you block bet with quads and you get raised.
The old bet 3-bet incoming. Sick that Laszlo has the vision to pull this off. I feel like a lot of people just
Bet and hope.
yeah, just fire out 75% on the river.
Yeah.
Laszlo hitting him with the 10% and the time bank before moving it in.
How does he think of all this so fast? I like the time bank use here too, actually. It does look like you would make a play. Wow, jams. Brian's even got, I don't know, 3 of spades. Sure, you blocked some flushes, unlikely. Your opponent needed a 3 of spades to make it anyways. Wow.
Yeah, you're really just hoping that Laszlo is blasting off with, 10s through kings with a spade, which just seems so unlikely. certainly capable of doing it. His name is Omaha for rolls for a reason. One of the toughest opponents to play against in the world, courtesy of his aggressive tendencies.
Do you think Ras should call here, or do you think this is an easy fold, easy call? What do you think?
No, I think Rust has better hands to defend with.
But the line's so crazy, right? It's confusing him a bit. He's like, man, you check call the flop. You bet tiny on a river. I guess to Ras, maybe he thinks it looks like aces. It's actually better than aces.
Yeah, I mean, literally the way the hands played out.
Wow. I mean, no commentary right now from Rast. He needs to think about this.
No, and I think...
Ace Jack?
Yeah, I was about to say like Ace 10, Ace Jack with a spade, Ace Queen with a spade. Does that make sense?
Jack, Ace 10, Ace 4 suited, pocket fives, aces.
I think Rast has definitely... He's aware that he has better hands to call with here. Rast can still have some boats as well. Not many.
Not many.
Pretty much exclusively pocket fives, but...
It's possible, but yeah. Wow.
The thing is he's correctly deduced that Wojtas never has a flush here. It's boat or Ace Jack, Ace 10 with a spade.
Maybe even the king high flush.
I mean, I do think a king high flush is possible, to be honest. It's not unreasonable, given the way the hand's played. Looks under-repped. So if you had flushes in there, even more hands now beat him. But the thing is, this guy is sick enough to play back at you. Rast needs to think, would this guy try to make me fold a big hand like this? And he does fold correctly, but loses a solid amount of chips there.
Turn over? See anyway? Bluff?
We'll see.
A little more often than not. Jackson King Queen might be one of those candidates, depending on how you approach things.
On.
Yeah, he's going to jam.
I think King Queen's good enough here. Yes, you could be up against Ace Queen, Ace King, but we've seen Greenwood jam King 10 suited, so King Queen.
Oh, yeah,
would
and
have to be a
Ivy
call.
is going to make the call. We're going to play a 7.7 million chip pot here, and it's 2 overs against the pair. So all of the jabs have given way to a big blow on the flop. Queen, Queen, 8. And Ivy has Greenwood in a world of hurt.
10.
Even if Greenwood were to fill up with a jack of clubs, Ivy would draw live with that king of clubs to a flush. No club on the turn, however. Greenwood did pick up a straight draw, and instead Ivy makes quads on the river. And with that card, Sam Greenwood finishes in second place, and Phil Ivy is your event number 10 champion.